Welcome back to Universe Intelligence Science Explorers. Today we're delving into a cosmic enigma, the hypothesis that our universe is a computer simulation. Imagine everything you see, touch, and experience is part of an intricate digital construct. From the stars in the sky to the ground beneath your feet, all coded into existence. Brace yourselves for a mind-bending journey that will challenge your perception of reality. Are you ready? Let's go! Chapter 1. The Simulation Hypothesis, From Ancient Ideas to the Mainstream. The idea that our reality is a simulation isn't new. Ancient philosophers like Plato hinted at the concept with his allegory of the cave, suggesting that our perceptions might not reflect true reality. Science fiction authors like Philip K. Dick and Philip Jose Farmer had already explored it in their works, but it was philosopher Nick Bostrom who brought this idea back to the science table, analyzing its philosophical and physical implications. In his 2003 paper, philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed the simulation argument, suggesting that at least one of three possibilities must be true. 1. Humanity goes extinct before reaching a technologically advanced stage. 2. Advanced civilizations are highly unlikely to create simulations of their own past. 3. We are almost certainly living in a computer simulation. Bostrom argues that if we can create simulations now, future civilizations will likely create even more advanced ones. If they create a vast number of simulations, the number of simulated beings will far outweigh the number of real beings. Therefore, it is more likely that we are living in a simulation than in the original reality. While not a proof, this thought experiment suggests that the possibility is worth considering. Even if we are in a simulation, it is likely indistinguishable from our own reality, and our lives and moral obligations remain unchanged. The possibility of a simulated reality raises intriguing philosophical questions about the nature of reality and consciousness. Modern interpretations have taken this further, with figures like Elon Musk suggesting that the odds are billions to one that we are living in base reality. Where the term base reality, it is used to distinguish between different levels of simulation. For example, someone might argue that we are living in a simulation within a simulation, and that base reality is the ultimate underlying reality that lies beyond all of these simulations. Critics argue that the hypothesis is unfalsifiable and lacks empirical evidence, making it more of a philosophical musing than a scientific theory. Despite the controversy, the simulation hypothesis continues to spark debate, bridging ancient philosophical ideas with cutting-edge scientific inquiry. Chapter 2. The Veil of Reality and the Limitations of Our Senses. The veil of reality suggests our perception of the world is limited by our senses. Our senses can only detect a fraction of the information around us, leaving much of reality hidden. For instance, our eyes can only see a small spectrum of light, and our ears can only hear a limited range of frequencies. These sensory limitations mean that there could be entire aspects of reality that we are completely unaware of. This idea is central to the simulation hypothesis, which posits that our perceived reality is a digital construct created by a more advanced civilization. Chapter 3. The Connection Between Reality and Mathematics, the Mathematical Universe. There's a deep connection between reality and mathematics. Mathematics is often seen as the language of the universe, describing everything from the smallest particles to the largest structures. Max Tegmark, a physicist and cosmologist, proposed the idea of the mathematical universe, where reality itself is intrinsically mathematical. Tegmark's theory suggests that everything in the universe, from the smallest particles to the largest structures, can be described by mathematical equations. This idea challenges our understanding of reality, suggesting that the universe is not just described by mathematics, but is mathematics. This concept has revolutionary implications for our understanding of existence. If the universe is fundamentally mathematical, then the laws of physics, the constants of nature, and even the structure of space and time are all governed by mathematical principles. The mathematical universe hypothesis opens up new avenues of thought, bridging the gap between abstract mathematics and tangible reality, and inviting us to explore the universe in a fundamentally different way. Chapter 4: Arguments against the simulation hypothesis. If our reality were a simulation, we'd expect to find glitches, errors, or inconsistencies. But reality, at least as far as we know, is a coherent and error-free system. Universal constants and physical laws seem finely calibrated, suggesting a non-random origin. Additionally, the complexity of quantum mechanics and the behavior of particles at the smallest scales present challenges that a simulated environment would struggle to replicate accurately. The cosmic microwave background radiation also provides a consistent and uniform snapshot of the early universe, which would be difficult to fabricate in a simulated scenario. Critics argue that the hypothesis is unfalsifiable, meaning it cannot be proven or disproven. They also point out that the computational power required to simulate an entire universe is beyond our current understanding of technology. Additionally, some philosophers argue that the hypothesis is a form of solipsism, which is the idea that only one's mind is sure to exist. This raises ethical and existential questions about the nature of reality and our place in it. Despite these arguments, the simulation hypothesis continues to intrigue scientists and philosophers alike. The simulation hypothesis has radical consequences for our understanding of reality, consciousness, and the nature of existence. If we are living in a simulation, then our experiences and perceptions may not be as real as we believe them to be. This raises questions about the nature of free will, the existence of an external reality, and the possibility of other simulated universes. Chapter 6: The Search for Glitches and the Challenge to the Simulation Hypothesis. If the simulation exists, our scientific research should focus on finding any glitches or flaws in the system. Examples of potential glitches include déjà vu, unexplained phenomena, and anomalies in physical laws. Researchers are investigating these glitches by analyzing data and conducting experiments. They are looking for patterns or inconsistencies that could indicate a simulated reality. Some scientists believe that if we find such glitches, it could mean that our reality is indeed a simulation. However, no concrete evidence has been found to support this hypothesis so far. The search continues, driven by curiosity and the quest for understanding our universe. Chapter 6: Could reality be a coherent mathematical system instead of a simulation? It's time to tackle this challenge from a fresh perspective, fellow science explorers. In the book Reality, Ego, and Kindness, the author proposes a fascinating idea. Reality could be analogous to a coherent mathematical system. In a coherent mathematical system, by definition, there can be no errors or glitches. This could explain why our reality appears so orderly and free of defects, even if it were a simulation. The two hypotheses cannot both be correct. One of the two should be wrong, don't you think? On the other hand, this hypothesis can be put to the test. If the search for anomalies in reality produces negative or positive outcomes, it could support the validity of either hypothesis. The simulation hypothesis has captured the imagination of not only scientists and philosophers, but also influential figures like Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, X, and SpaceX. Musk has publicly expressed belief in the possibility that we are living in a computer simulation. To support research into existential risks, including the nature of reality, he donated $1 million to the Future of Life Institute. This institute, FLI, is a nonprofit research organization that works to mitigate existential risks from advanced artificial intelligence, AI, biotechnology, and nuclear weapons. FLI was founded in 2014 by a group of scientists and philosophers including Elon Musk, Nick Bostrom, and John Tallon. The organization's mission is to steer transformative technology towards benefiting life and away from large-scale risks. Musk's donation highlights the growing interest in the simulation hypothesis and the potential implications it has for our understanding of the universe. Who hasn't thought they're in a perfect simulation, like when you're in a hurry in your car and poof, a snail appears out of nowhere? But jokes aside, exploring science is an exciting adventure. Stay tuned to the channel, enable notifications, and join the community. Thanks for watching. And remember, science is always out there waiting to be discovered. To the next great adventure.